Here are 6 tips for new players in Last Epoch. Some of them are objectively good and some of them are just my opinion. Here is tip number 1. Tip number 1 is to grab all the shrines that are on the way towards your objective. So shrines are very powerful in this game. They do various things. Sometimes they drop affixes, sometimes they drop idols, sometimes they drop gold. Other times they give you crit chance, and there are even shrines that drop unique items. So I just picked up a shrine right there. Made sure to pick it up as it's on the way towards my goal. And you're going to want to make sure to always grab them and make a point to grab them. And it'll just make your entire session a lot easier. Tip number 2 is to zoom the map out and have it on the highest opacity so it's the most clear. The default map is sort of zoomed in with the opacity sort of low, so then that means you can't really see where you're going, and sometimes you may run to somewhere where it's a dead end. And also this allows you to see your objective a lot further. You can't really see it now, but during the video you'll be able to see a small circle of where the goal is, and you wouldn't be able to see that if your map was so zoomed in like the default settings. So you're about to see a blinking circle on the right side of the screen where the quest text is. That's the objective. And there it is right there. This map in particular is not really a good example on why it's so important to be zoomed out, but in a dungeon or a map with lots of turns, this helps you avoid taking a wrong turn and points you in the right direction if you're zoomed out. You wouldn't be able to see that circle so quickly if you were zoomed in on the default settings. The third tip is don't be afraid to change your build. In the beginning of the game, I was very scared to change up my skills, and I thought, if I did something incorrectly that I would have to re-roll. That's not the case in this game. Unless you pick the wrong mastery, then you may have to re-roll. But for the most part, if you choose a build and you don't like it, you could always just change it, and it'll easily level up again. It's not that big of a deal. And this is my build if you guys just wanted to know, and you could go ahead and pause it to take a look. The fourth tip is give purple items a chance. This is for a little bit later on in the game. Coming from Diablo 2, I was pretty stuck in the mindset that only unique items and set items were powerful. So I never gave purple items a chance until quite recently, and I realized that the purple items are sometimes way better than the unique items once you start crafting. The fifth tip is to build some defense slash survivability. I feel like most people will eventually figure this tip out on their own, but they learned the hard way, just like I did. Um, Later on, you do not want to die. I mean, you never want to die in this game, but later on, definitely you don't want to be dying. So try to build some defense and maybe even change up your build as soon as you finish the campaign. You notice here that even though I am doing a lot of damage, a lot of my skill points are geared towards dodge and my defense. So that allows me to do this high damage because if I didn't build defensively, I would just be dead right here, and this node in the end game would have been just a waste of time. The sixth and final tip is to set up a loot filter. This is for when your character isn't going to be finding an upgrade anymore every 2 seconds off the floor, so there's just less clutter, and when you do see something drop, it's something that you want. So it's going to be a unique, a set item, a rare, an idol, or a shard. Um, this is my loot filter here, so I only see the good stuff. So you notice here when I'm killing things, I'm not really seeing any drops. Um, I'm seeing health potions, idols, not really much clutter on the ground. You would think that nothing is really dropping. Um, But here we go, a unique item dropped. And so I know when something drops, it's going to be something good. And here's just some gameplay without me talking. Hope you enjoyed the video.